Hey everybody, I'm Jason Galka, and if you are a fashion lover, you are going to be in your glory on today's segment because we are here at New York Fashion Week. Yes, it is the most wonderful time of the year for all of you fashion lovers, and today we're spending the day with Fashion Camp NYC, which caters to the younger generation for those who are aspiring to be in the fashion business. The ever so fabulous Brittany Levine, style and trend expert, is joining me here today at Fashion Camp NYC. So great to see you this year's Fashion Week. I can't believe it's here already.
I know, I'm dying. It's already here and I already am tired. No.
And you're back.
Yes, no, really excited about it though. We've been traveling a lot right up until it, so excited to see some of the shows and get the week going.
You look absolutely stunning, I have to say. I love your outfit.
Thank you.
Tell me about it.
So, I like to go vintage at times and take a look at what's in my mom's closet. So this is actually my mom's vest.
Go mama.
I know, she's amazing. But then just a jumpsuit from American Apparel, leather leggings, and got the Michael Kors booties.
Oh, I love Michael. Fabulous, fabulous designs. So you're here at New York at Fashion Camp NYC. So you're actually going to be doing a presentation very shortly. And for those of you that don't know about Fashion Camp NYC, it is for the younger generation, the teenagers that are really aspiring to be in the fashion field. You were there at one time. I mean, who was your big influence?
I mean, I had several. I looked at some of the people that were really involved in TV and aspiring to, get themselves onto different segments and talk about different products and promote fashions that way. So I love Bobby Thomas. I love Liliana Vasquez. Jen Fallick is also amazing. And these are women that they promote new fashions, new designs, new trends, but also talk about them at affordable rates as well.
Right. Which is great for everybody.
Yes.
I mean, we can always design on a dime, right?
Yeah, because listen, when you're growing up and when you're getting into the game, you can't afford all of those incredible designers, but you can definitely, go for those looks or strive to achieve those fashions at a lesser price.
Great. So what are you going to be talking to the girls about today?
So just, talking about how I got to where I am, also really about making great relationships and making those great connections, and how it's also a lot about your reputation and, where those connections get you with your reputation. So I think that's some of the most important things that we'll get at.
Right. Well, we took a peek in the room a little while ago, so you have a great group to work with. We'll show you that a little bit later. So great to see you again.
Yes, great to see
oh,
you
thank you
well.
so much. Big shout out to Barbara Abel right now.
Hey, Barbara.
Joining me right now is Zoe Barris from L'Oreal. Great to see you today. How are you?
I'm so good. I'm so excited to be here. This is my favorite time of the year, and
It's better than Christmas, right?
I could not be more thrilled. Absolutely.
And you look absolutely stunning today. Let me just say, this is Fashion Week, so we have to talk about what you're wearing today.
So I'm actually wearing Vince leather pants, Jimmy Choo bright blue pumps.
I love those.
Thank you. And a BCBG blazer.
Wow, you look fabulous. And of course, with your hair, working with L'Oreal, let me guess.
My hair is compliments of Kerastase shampoo, which is a L'Oreal brand, and I would recommend it any day of the week.
You look great. Thanks for being here today. So Fashion Camp NYC, I think, is such a great program that's out there. And this is their first time. Let me just mention that they're participating in New York Fashion Week. And you're here today because you're going to give these young girls advice on how to get started in this line of work. So let's talk about what you do for L'Oreal.
Okay, so I'm on the Redken right now, Pureology and DMI marketing, which means I do a global marketing for one of the million brands that L'Oreal owns. And when I was an intern, I worked on Kerastase. So that's really where I come in because I started where these girls are. I've always been interested in fashion. I've always been interested in beauty, and it's really where my passion has led. And so now that I have a career here, and I just graduated from college last year, so it's really developed quickly, and I interned, and I just have so much advice to give so how they can get to where I am.
Wow, that's so great. You did move up the ladder pretty quickly. I did a little reading up on you. I did my homework. So what does it feel like to be here today and offer this advice to these girls?
It's a dream because honestly, if I had the opportunity to attend something like Fashion Camp when I was their age, I would have done it in a second. I don't think there's anywhere better to get experience and to see what it's really like to work and live and breathe in this world.
So if you could tell us pretty quickly, like, how did you kind of grow with the company and move up the corporate ladder? Because it happened very quickly for you.
It did. So I was lucky enough to do an interview weekend, and the whole weekend was spent doing a case study and interviewing and really meeting everyone and networking with VPs and everything. And then I interned before my senior year of college and within a specific division. So with that, I was able to really bond with my fellow intern class who are now my coworkers, and bond with my manager, really get involved in the day-to-day. I had an internship project that was a presentation in front of the president of the division and my managers and VPs of HR, and really a lot of experience for someone so young that I had done nothing like that before. And then I got hired before my senior year started, so I knew that this whole time. I flew back to work Fashion Week while I was a senior in college. That was amazing. I worked 20 shows that season, and it was crazy. It was a whirlwind. And so now I'm back, and I just think that really loving it, really showing what you're good at, showing your confidence, gaining experience and knowledge is what really pays off.
Absolutely. And it's such a hard business to break into, I feel like. So you really have to stay focused. And I think also in this line of work for what we do, what you do, it's so easy for people to give up. What are your words of inspiration for these girls to keep going? Because it's not going to be easy, I'm sure.
I mean, I think it's go with your gut, go with what you want to do and what you know you're good at. I tried other things, I tried other jobs, and I kept being pulled back through this, even though there were definitely challenges, there's definitely struggles. I would say keep your head up, stay confident, because that really just shows through, and I think that's been my biggest thing. Like, I believe in myself more than anyone else does, and that's how I've gotten here. And I'd also say network with everyone you can. Like, I met Emily at a networking thing, and I came involved through Fashion Camp solely through networking, through panels, and you can never meet enough people. You are your best storyteller, your best career advisor, so you really have to do what you believe in.
So it must have been exciting to be approached by Emily from Fashion Camp NYC to be here today and speak to these girls. I mean you'll see a little bit of them throughout the footage today, but I mean they're just aspiring to do this and they're so passionate about it. I got to talk to a few of them off camera, and this is really something that they're so into doing.
So I haven't even met most of the girls yet, but I'm so excited because the energy that I've felt from the ones that I have met is just incredible. And I was actually approached by Emily at a panel that I went to just solely because I was interested. It was a famous blogger, Man Repeller, a famous designer, Philip Lim, a famous editor, Amy Tasley from Teen Vogue, and I happened to come across all these younger girls that had participated in Fashion Camp in the previous summers, and I had no idea who they were, but their energy was so amazing that I was like, guys, like, I'm so proud of you. Like, I would be doing what you were doing if this was back and forth. And that's when Emily approached me. So I think that advice is just so tangible also for the girls that were already there. They're already getting their foot in the door. They're already participating. A lot of them even had to skip school for this. So obviously they know their priorities.
They're just in a different school today, that's all. This is what they really want to do. But let me ask you very quickly, who was your inspiration to get started in fashion?
Oh, my inspiration to get started in fashion? Oh. Since I was young, this is bizarre, but I've always loved fashion and loved beauty as well. So they go hand in hand. But in preschool, like they had to ask my mom to not provide me with lipstick, and my mom said I don't. And somehow between the time she would drop me off at preschool and I would walk in, I would manage to put on lipstick somewhere in between that. And I'd say my inspiration for fashion, 7th grade, I had a weird obsession with Coco Chanel, and like that's what I wrote my 7th grade research paper on. And now I'd truly say that it's Diane von Furstenberg, DVF. She is right now like my spirit animal. Her book is amazing, and I met her, and I cried, and I've actually been really fortunate to meet many, many people in the industry, from Rachel Zoe to Bobby Brown, and all different aspects of the business, and everyone is more inspiring than the next.
Right. And like I said, you moved up the ladder so quickly, so your journey's really beginning.
Really beginning, and my thing is I'm open to everything always. I actually had lunch this afternoon with a VP of the consumer products division, which is something I'm not involved in. I really don't know much about, and I met them through a networking weekend, actually, when I was interviewing future L'Oreal coworkers. And that's my advice for working up the ladder, is just really be yourself, network, and work really, really hard because it pays off.
Absolutely. Great advice. Zoe, thank you so much. Thank you.
So much.
I have Jay that's joining me. That's actually one of the campers that was here all day today and learning so much. You are aspiring to do what in the fashion industry?
I basically want to be Grace Coddington. I want to do like anything at Vogue, styling, editing.
Wow, that's so great. And like I said earlier, you know, this is such a great program for girls your age. You're 15, you say,
Yeah.
and you're already blogging. You have a website, and you're actually helping other girls and answering questions fashion related. I mean, what is the inspiration here?
I don't know. I used to have a One Direction account on Twitter, and I'd post pictures of myself and like OOTDs and stuff, and people would start asking me questions about it. So I changed over into a fashion blog a couple years ago, and it just started growing really quickly. Wow. And then Fashion Camp approached me a couple weeks ago to blog for them, so that's what I'm here for today, to do their site stuff.
That was so great. So you really have an aspiring career going at 15. I mean, you could very well get like your big break in just a few years.
Yeah, that's the goal.
Absolutely. That's what we're all here for. So tell us about the day, because we visited some of the events that were happening today. You went to a hair salon. You had gone to a sewing room, I understand. Yeah. Tell us about the day.
We went to the New York Embroidery Studio to look at some of the Tory Burch and Marc Jacobs gowns that they're embroidering and stoning right before the shows to touch up. And we went to the Kate Spade showroom to look at next season's collection. And where else did we go? Oh my God, it's been a long day.
We went to Lincoln Center too, which was really cool.
That was cool. And yeah.
And then we're ending off here, and the day is just about over. But, you know, as exhausted as we are, we had a great time. How do you feel about Fashion Camp NYC? Did they provide everything for you as an aspiring artist here?
I feel like for someone just starting out, it's a really good way to kind of get your foot in the door, get some email addresses from people, get some contacts, start building up. They talked a lot about internships for younger girls, which is cool if you live in the city and that's what you want to do. So yeah.
And very quickly about your website, if you could tell us a little bit more about it, because what I think is so cool, I was overhearing your conversation when we were traveling, and I think it's so cool that you have this site set up for girls your age to just ask you a question and you give them advice. Tell us a little bit more about it.
I connected and asked to my Twitter a while ago, and it automatically started getting hundreds and hundreds of questions. I now have about 4,000 unanswered and 1,000 answered. And I keep getting more and more every day, just about fashion, lifestyle, skincare, makeup.
Wow.
Like,
and you can answer those?
I try. Not all of them. I try and keep up, but...
No, that's so great for you to be this young and have all this energy to do this, so that is so great. I commend you for it. So just very quickly, what are like one or two questions that majority of girls ask you each day?
A lot of things are about clothing. They'll send links and be like, hey, I just bought this. What do I put with it? Or where should I wear it? Or a lot of questions I'm now getting are about prom, even though I didn't go and probably never gonna. I'm like happy to try and help. And I've been getting a lot of questions about like what shows I'm doing press for here and what kinds of things I'm doing for Fashion Week. And then I get a lot of concert things because that's another thing I go to a lot of.
Well, very cool. Good for you, Jay. Thank you so much. I hope you had a great day. It was great meeting you.
Nice to meet you too.
Thank you. Well, Fashion Camp NYC has almost come to a close for this year's New York Fashion Week in February. But before we go, Danielle Nicole is here. Danielle D. Fernando,
You got it
right?
right.
Oh, right. Yes. She is actually the founder and designer of her own line called Danielle Nicole. Great to see you today.
Great to see you too. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited to be here right now.
So this is actually one of your designs. And before we get to your story, let's just quickly talk about this because I love, love, love this handbag.
Oh, it's my pleasure. This is called the Alexandria. This was named after a famous supermodel, and because she was seen wearing one of our bags, and I wanted to make a bag for her. And what really makes this bag so special is really the structure and the shape of it, because you're getting both the idea of that really ladylike, beautiful structured satchel with bold hardware and lots of compartments, lots of function, which all of our ladies we need.
Yeah, right. And us gay men could use that too. But do you have a product for men?
Yeah, we do. We have great totes, so.
Excellent. But your story is so great. I mean, you're very young, obviously, and you actually started as an intern for Bergdorf Goodman.
Yes.
And you were kind of like discovered in an elevator. Tell me the story.
So I started my handbag line when I was 18. I went to FIT, the Fashion Institute of Technology, and I interned at Bergdorf Goodman. And when I was 18, I was discovered in the elevator. The cosmetic buyer asked me who made my handbag, and I told her I did. And she asked me if I made cosmetic bags, and right away we started selling cosmetic bags to Bergdorf's, and we had great success. And then the handbag buyers picked up my line. And then from Bergdorf Goodman, Neiman Marcus picked it up, Saks Fifth Avenue picked it up. And then in 2009, we made everything non-leather, because everything at Bergdorf's retailed $600 to $1,000. Wow. So it was a very high price point product. And then in 2009, we changed all of the line to retail under 100, and it's been such a success. We sell in Cusp by Neiman Marcus, NeimanMarcus.com, Nordstrom, Macy's. We do a line for HSN, which this is an exclusive too. Wow. And then we have about 200 boutiques around the world that carry the line. And then also we sell in Nasty Gal and Piper Lime.
So what an amazing journey for you for such a young lady.
It's 28, so it's been 10 years. It sounds luxurious and easy, but it's a lot of hard work, and you have to be very passionate about what you want to do. And you have a lot of ups and downs, and you just got to keep really positive and motivated.
Right. And I just want to remind the audience once again that what this program is, Fashion Camp NYC, this is for the younger generation. Like the girls that are here today are anywhere from 12 to 17, I believe they said. And they're aspiring to do this line of work. And just looking out at their faces as you were, giving your story to them a little while ago, I mean, what was that like for you?
Well, it just takes me back to when I was sitting in their spots when I was in high school and when I was early on in college. Like anybody I could meet, I would love to meet in the fashion industry, because you never know where that person may take you or who that person may know. So it just reminded me a lot of myself 10 years ago.
Wow, and it's amazing. And Oprah, you said, had actually picked up your line for her audience.
Yes. So the O magazine and Oprah had bought 5,500 bags of our tote bags to gift during the OU event. In 2000, I would say 11 it was. It could be 2012, but and from there the line has just really like evolved and that took us to the next level to have her support and the O magazine, and it's been a great journey. And then we've had different celebrities wear our bags around town, and then of course all the fashion bloggers and a lot of the fashion magazines like Glamour, People Style Watch, In Style, and the list goes on.
Well, that's amazing. I mean, to have Oprah, that's got to be like the major achievement.
Well, when I met her, I couldn't even speak because I was so nervous and I was so excited. And I grew up watching Oprah because my mother loved Oprah, and just to meet her and for her to like give me a hug and kiss and tell me great job was, it reminds me this is what I'm here every day doing, is making women feel beautiful and confident with their accessories, and yet for a great price point.
Right. And you're originally from Maryland, and you said that you came to New York not knowing anyone.
Nobody.
Oh my God, were you like a nervous wreck when you first came to this city?
I was so excited. I just remember my dad telling my mom, she'll be back in 2 weeks. And I love the energy, because I thought if Tommy can do it, if Donna Karan can do it, if Karl Lagerfeld can do it, like, why can't I? So, it just takes a lot of hard work and not accepting no for anything. So
good for you.
It's been a dream come true.
And that was your message to these young girls out there watching. It's keep your head up, don't give up. And you did a lot of trial and error when you really first began. I remember you said you kind of like designed like a Halloween bag at first.
Yeah, well, I used to buy the fabrics at Joann Fabrics, and we would start there. And it is trial and error, and you're going to make a lot of mistakes, but you learn from them. And I think that makes you really a stronger individual, because if you don't make mistakes, how will you ever learn?
Right, absolutely. It's an amazing journey for you. Best of luck to you. Thank you so much.